These are 5 habits that have improved my life in 2024. So this year I reached a lot of the goals I set out to. I ran 2 marathons, reached 100,000 subscribers, and have started a company working on something I'm really passionate about. But when I look back, it's not really about achieving those goals or milestones. It's really the daily habits along the way that have the most improved my life. The first habit is reducing my screen time. If you really think about it, how you spend a single day is basically how you spend your entire life. So if you could save 1 to 2 hours a day scrolling on your phone or wasting your time, then you could unlock thousands of hours to invest in anything that you wanted to. So I've made a few videos about this topic in the past, but it's really underrated how much more time I freed up just by reducing distractions in my life. Maybe for you, it's not specifically with phone usage or social media, but just imagine you had 1 or 2 more hours a day and what you could do with that time. Prior to doing this, I would often find myself going down social media rabbit holes and spending more time than I would like on my phone. By making an effort to reduce my phone usage every day, I instantly gained a few hours, which allowed me to do things like train for my marathon, take art classes, and even continue to learn Japanese. And what I found is that it's not necessarily that social media is bad. Like, for example, with YouTube videos, I've continued to find a lot of value from different videos that people share with me. But it's just that if I didn't set constraints on my computer and phone, then it was too easy to get lost and spend too much time that I didn't want to. So the way that I've gone about reducing my screen time is I use what's called the modern dumb phone. And it's essentially a dumbed down version of a smartphone. I've made a video showing how this works and how to set it up if you want to do exactly the same thing. But basically, I've set up a distraction-free interface and also a few constraints on my phone so that I can't really get lost into social media. And on my computer, I also do a similar thing, which I've been able to keep up with over the past year. It's helped me become more present in daily life and stop using my phone as a compulsive escape for my work or my thoughts. Over time, this habit got to the point where I would feel pretty relaxed not taking my phone, even going outside or hanging out. And I also got used to navigating to my usual places without having to bring my phone or use Google Maps. And this led to me exploring a few different options, like using an old iPod, a e-reader, or using an Apple Watch as a tiny phone. But I think this habit of using my phone less and be more protective of my attention is only going to become more valuable and important over time. So I'm definitely going to make it an effort to keep up with this in the next year as well. The second habit is running. Until this year, I've never really been a runner. And I've always read in books about how running can help increase gray matter in the brain, improve your memory, and even your longevity. But it was always one of the hardest habits for me to consistently implement. So in January, what I did was just to keep up the habit of running every single day, whether that was 0.3 miles a day or 3 miles a day. I posted every run on Instagram just to keep myself accountable, even though nobody was really watching. But it was really motivating to see my progress rapidly improve. I started to understand why running was so appealing, because once you get to the zone, it's really easy to be super focused and think about different ideas. And a lot of times that focus continues even after the run. By March, I ran my first half marathon, and by May, I ran my first full marathon, which was pretty crazy to me at the time. By that point, I pretty much already achieved the goal that I initially set out to at the beginning of the year. But by summer, I started training with James, and we started running 5 days a week. During this time, I also trained myself to start running without music. So running really became a meditative practice for me. And that training really motivated me to go even harder. So I signed up for another marathon before the end of the year, which I just completed a week ago. This habit of running, more than anything, has really given me a tool. I've seen that running is one of the fastest ways that I can really change my state of mind from a biological standpoint. If I was feeling unmotivated or down because of lack of sleep or anything else, I knew that just going for a run for 60 minutes or more could completely change my state of mind and make me feel way better. I think for next year, I probably won't dedicate as much time and effort as I did this year, but I'll still continue to use it as a tool for my mind and body. The third habit is journaling, specifically with the life tracker system. Even though I've already been journaling for 6 years now, it's still consistently one of the highest impact habits that I do. And I think the biggest reason for that is because I journal in this very specific way called the life tracker system. If you're not familiar with it, basically every month, there is a monthly page where you can track your daily highlights, habits, and metrics, and also keep track of your progress on your monthly goals. For me, the benefit of doing this is that I break down a really ambitious yearly goal into monthly targets that I can hit. And depending on the progress of each month, I can change next month's target to be more ambitious or more realistic. For example, by doing this, even after hitting my initial goal of running a marathon, I realized that I could go even harder and run a second marathon. And so that really pushed me to do that before the end of the year. Even besides the fact that by journaling like this, it helps me keep track of my goals and hit them, it's also super fulfilling to flip through my journal and see what I was doing on any given day and what I was thinking about or reflecting on. I make an effort to journal about specific things throughout the month to capture my ideas, things I've learned, or reflections, with the goal of making each journal a snapshot of my year. If you're thinking about starting to journal, you can check out the video that I made about it. But one tip I'll give here is to avoid trying to write entries every single day as a habit. For me, the daily habit of journaling is to simply write down my daily highlights and to update my habits. I only write a full entry when there's something specific that I want to say or capture in my journal. Just having my journal on my desk makes it a daily reminder to check in and update my habits, as well as write in it occasionally when I have something I want to capture. I'll definitely be continuing to journal in 2025 and planning my goals within it. The fourth habit is waking up early. In 2024, I started waking up at 5 every day, and it's really quite an underrated habit, even though a lot of people have made videos about this. By setting up a few different tiny things, I've made it pretty sustainable to wake up early at 5, and I've really started to appreciate waking up before the sun is up. Those hours feel super serene, and in my experience, it's a lot easier to get focused work done in the morning. Even after a full day's work, it's only noon, so it feels like the whole day is still limitless. I think waking up early is also one of those key habits that makes everything easier. It makes it easier to go to bed early, not drink alcohol, exercise, do deep work, and in general, just have a more optimal routine. So it's definitely a habit that I want to keep up with in the next year. And the fifth habit that has improved my life is making YouTube videos. This year I've made a deliberate effort to make more videos, and it's been super rewarding personally. I went from 20,000 subscribers to 130,000 subscribers, and I've been able to support myself just from doing it. But even besides that, I think the act of making YouTube videos is pretty fulfilling. I realized that it's pretty important for me to be more of a producer than I am a consumer. And just by making videos has helped me consume videos in a more intentional way. Even though I say the habit is making YouTube videos, I really think that the habit is more having a creative outlet and becoming more of a producer over a consumer. I think with YouTube specifically though, it's really cool because you can make something and upload it, and YouTube will go and find people to share it with. So it's really different than just making something and never sharing it with anyone. It's really an amazing resource that we have access to today. It's expanded my network. Like, I've been able to meet a lot of different creators and different people with similar interests. And because my videos are about exploring different ways to optimize your life, it's also been a reminder to myself and has made me try to become a better person. Next year, I definitely want to keep improving this channel and keep making better videos. I've learned a lot over the past year, and I want to continue to keep learning and sharing the things I've learned on this channel. If you're interested in making videos specifically, I'm going to be talking more about that in my channel membership. But if not, those are the 5 habits that have most improved my life in the last year. I'll see you in the next video. Let's get it.